Hey, this is Natalie from Sites with Natalie. In today's Elementor tutorial, I'm gonna show you how I animated these items just with CSS. No additional plugin inside Elementor. I use Elementor Pro, although you could use the free Elementor version. Let's have some fun with CSS. If you are new to the channel, I welcome you. My name is Natalie. In this channel, I talk about all things related to WordPress websites. If you want to support this channel, make sure you smash the like button or subscribe to the channel so I keep producing free videos for you. The purpose of this video tutorial is to show you how to recreate these outstanding examples of CSS so you push your interface further and make websites more engaging by integrating animations throughout the site. So what exactly is what you are going to see in this video? I use a specific CSS property animation to be activated only on over and focus status using the animation play state property. This is one of the many ways you could use this property, of course, but it's a fun one. Specifying whether a CSS animation is running or paused. This is the end result. If I switch to the mobile view, you easily realize that the section is not showing up. I've added just an additional line of CSS code. You could achieve the same with the Elementor settings. Anyway, I had it with a CSS line code so the web browser could read my instructions. I explained this in detail, what it does mean in every CSS line rule set. I will leave this in the description box below. I go ahead and I delete everything so you can easily follow along. The first step you need to do is to create an Elementor 1 section inside my website. So click on the plus, and then I create a section with 500 minimum height. And in the style tab, I want to add my background image. So style, classic, and I choose my PNG image. I don't need to set up any kind of image properties such as the position or size, since I will manipulate this with CSS Rule Set. We proceed to the Advanced tab to add the CSS Rule Set. But first, let me explain you a bit about the class selector. The class selector selects the HTML elements with a specific class attribute. Write the period character followed by the class name. Inside Elementor, they say to add your custom class without the dot. So I decided to give my class name Panorama. So I type here Panorama, just like that, without the dot sign. I click on the custom CSS. I copy from my clipboard my CSS code snippet and I paste it here, just like that. This is beautiful. I'm over on top. The animation is playing and running with infinite alternate motion. When I stop over, it stops. Break down into small pieces so you understand what's going on. In the first line, I define the behavior of one cycle of a CSS animation. To define an animation, we have to start with the keyframe keyword followed by the name of the animation. Remember, I called my animation Panorama, followed by a set of style rules. The animation is then applied to an element by using the animation name. Inside the curly brackets, I specify the values of the property I'm animating the background position property. Keyword linear refers to the timing function. It has to do with animation curve mode. In my previous tutorial, I talk about these concepts, so make sure you watch my How to Add CSS to Elementor video tutorial. The keyword infinite is another CSS property indicating the number of interaction count, and the animation direction is set to alternate, which means the animation will play in reverse alternate cycle. Then I specify this property animation play state. By default, the value is set to running, but it's specifying that my default state is paused. Next, I define the over and the focus states. Within, I specify that during these states, the animation should be playing. query, I'm saying to only show and play all of the previous rules to users an orientation to portrait. So let's check now both on desktop and on mobiles. As I scroll over the background image, the animation starts, and once I stop over on top of the background image, immediately it stops. Great, now let's test on mobiles. And I don't see my section. There it is, my modal, and we got nothing more. My second example is a button rotation. It's quite simple to apply with CSS. You could apply this technique with an image or a text heading, or even with an icon, for example. So I created a new Elementor section. Inside the settings, I want a height of 600 pixels. Inside there, I want to put a button. So I drag from the Elementor editor a button. There it is. The next step is to select the button. Go to the Advanced tab, and I want to place here the class name applied by Elementor. I figure out its name by using the Chrome web browser. I paste here the Elementor class name, and now in the custom CSS I paste this code snippet. It's quite simple. Review. The keyword selector is an Elementor keyword. Basically, it means to apply all the CSS rule set to the selected element. And then I specify the CSS transition rules. Let's play around with the rotation value. So instead of the 360 pixels, I change into 35 pixels. There we go, it moves to the right. Now I insert a minus, rotates to the left. Now I want to tweak the curve motion to make it more organic. I put here linear, and let's check now. It has a constant value. The curve is quite different. My last example is a little bit more advanced. I want to create first a triangle shape, and then I transform it into an envelope animation. Create a new Elementor section, one column, and I put here a dark background. Height is 600 pixels. I had an HTML widget, and I drag into the canvas. Inside there, paste here the CSS code for my triangle shape. This is a div with the ID of triangle. As you can see here, there is no animation yet. The next move is to go to the Advanced tab. I paste here the animation transition. Let's preview live. As I mouse over the triangle shape, it transforms into an envelope. Let's break down the CSS code. This time I have applied an ID with the name triangle, and on over states transform this into a 180 pixels rotation. Really hope you liked this video. If so, please leave a big thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.